Welcome to Wrestling Over Everything, everybody. We are a very funny wrestling podcast out of Central Valley of California. I'm Andrew. That's Dusty.
Hey.
Follow us on all the stuff. YouTube and TikTok are probably the main skis because that's where we put a lot of our content. Dusty's on Blue Sky, and Dusty on a social media app talking wrestling is always something you want to behold. So go ahead and get on to Blue Sky and follow at Wrestling Over Everything. So just type in Wrestling Over Everything. I'm sure you'll find it. It's probably like WOE Wrestling Dusty bullshit, but like you'll find us.
Yeah. It has the logo. By the way, I went 4 for 4 on my Survivor Series predictions. No big deal.
Proud of you. Forgot to do this last week.
Did you hear about the man who stole the calendar? He got 12 months.
I'm starting to like these, I think.
Yeah. I think you're being Stockholm Syndromed, which was my plan all along.
I accidentally hit that button when I was in a very intense moment in a video game recently. And I had to pretend that wasn't happening. And I can't even remember what the joke was.
Real quick, I want to do a bigger segment on this one day. Today I was at the mall. There's a mall across the street from my work. Went into the old Spencer's Gifts, which is always a toss up.
Huh?
Well, hey,
dog do on a stick.
they have a mug that says "fuck you," bro. They have 2 wrestling T-shirts currently available for purchase.
Okay.
And these might be the 2 laziest wrestling T-shirts I've ever seen.
Okay.
I want to do a deep dive into a wrestling shirts segment someday. But the first one is just a picture of Stone Cold Steve Austin's face. Like, it doesn't say Stone Cold. It's not an action shot. It's just his face floating in space with a black background.
I'm gonna be honest, dude. Pretty fucking badass.
Yeah, well, I guess at least it doesn't say like Ruck Fools or whatever, which I think is an old Stone Cold shirt. Definitely.
He had some tough shirts.
Yeah. For as cool a guy as Steve Austin is and was, the shirt game sometimes a tough one.
It doesn't say Austin 316, just a face.
Just a face.
I'm trying to find a picture of it, and I can't find it.
Unless it has something on the back or whatever. I just saw the picture of it.
Front's what matters. You know what I mean? What are we looking at?
The other
now?
shirt. It says "Other Side Jackass," which I believe is a Stone Cold Steve Austin shirt as well.
That's pretty badass.
Yeah. The other one is the same thing. It's just a different wrestler's face. Do you want to try to guess who that wrestler is? Same era as Stone Cold.
I want to say it's The Rock, but
it is The Rock. It's just The Rock's face.
Are we talking this shirt right here? Because this one doesn't only have the face. This one's got Stone Cold.
That's the one, yeah, but I couldn't see this little bit of writing on the side.
It says, "I just whipped your ass."
Yeah.
Little tiny under his thing. I think it has his signature. The Rock has some words on it too. The Rock says,
that's the same one.
"Layeth the smacketh down." It says.
Those are tough, dude. That's like,
I would wear it. I would be more likely to wear it if it didn't have the words.
You just The Rock's face.
Just The Rock's face is funny. Yeah.
Yeah. That's
layeth the smacketh down. That's some of the Rock's. We've talked about this. Some of the Rock's catchphrases. I don't need them.
Well, in the wild, they're hard. They're hard to get. They're hard to sound cool when they're coming out of The Rock's mouth. When he's like, "Just bring it" or whatever. That's cool. But when the shirt just says, "Just bring it," or "We'll lay it to smack it down," that's a rougher thing. It doesn't translate as well.
I just whipped your ass. How about this one? This Stone Cold Steve Austin one. Also from Spencer's Gifts. By the way, those 2 shirts, if you want them, I think they're $20 at spencersgifts.com right now. This one, 100% pure rattlesnake, Stone Cold Texas Venom, and some flames on it. How about that?
Well, that's better. If he's 100% pure rattlesnake, I want to see a rattlesnake Steve Austin. That's what I want.
You want to see like a rattlesnake with like AI made it Steve Austin's face?
Yeah. That's what we should use the AI for. Just that.
And
Just
then burn it to the ground.
yeah, and then burn all the farms.
Yeah.
All right, so this is one of our shorter episodes where we just kind of do a hodgepodge of different things. We got a John Cena game. I'm going to give a bio. We're going to talk about WWF Survivor or WWE Survivor Series,
The War Games.
and the War Games. But first, Andrew, I got to tell you about a guy that I've long heard about, and I appreciate so much more now that I've done some research on him.
I like a guy. So I'm 1 for 1. Here we go.
We're talking about one Edward Spolnick, better known in wrestling history as Killer Kowalski.
Okay. Hell yeah. Okay, I'll tell you what I know about Killer Kowalski.
All right, you tell me.
He trained Triple H.
That's true. He trained many wrestlers.
And I think he trained a lot of people. But that is the beginning and end of my knowledge of Killer Kowalski, I believe.
I think this guy's going to win you over by the end. This he's now one of my favorite guys.
I'm in.
All right, he is born October 13th, 1926 in Windsor, Ontario, Canada. He is born the son of Polish immigrants. He has a
They're always from fucking Poland, man.
Yep. Antonio Spolnick and Maria Barawaska. Look at that guy.
Weird pecs.
What's interesting is like the belts back then. That looks like a cartoon belt.
That just looks like a belt. It looks like he's going down to the honky tonk.
Yeah. That's mostly for trousers. He left his wrestling belt at home.
Yeah. He just came in his casual wear, and they were going to take pictures, and he's like, okay, do you want me to take my shirt off? And they're like, yeah, please take your shirt off. And he's like, how's my hair look? And they somehow told him fine, you know?
Yeah. You look like a dude whose name is Killer Kowalski. Yeah. All right, so he's born and raised in Windsor. He has an older sister and a younger brother, but it's kind of it's not the exact same story, but there is one through line here. By the time he was 14, he's 6'4", and he's very thin for his height. So where does he go? Where do you go to learn things? back in the day, you go to the Y. Young man.
Oh yeah.
There's a place you can go to learn boxing and wrestling.
Young man.
Yeah.
There's no need to feel down.
No. But he had no plan to go into athletics. He's just trying.
This is our second YMCA guy.
Yeah, well,
I can't remember the last guy, but I think this is our second YMCA bio.
And it used to come up in like sitcoms and stuff, and even in Seinfeld, they talk about going to the Y. Like it was just an athletic club. You could just go and take classes there. You know, take some swimming lessons.
Exist anymore, right?
No, not really. Like they're like they say, men need a third activity. If me and you are doing something, we got to go do a third thing, which is like, hey, want to go play racquetball at the Y?
Oh yeah.
And now it's just
sit there and just talk to each other.
Yeah, delve the depths of our emotions.
We're making out in like 20 minutes. Like we need to.
We need a third thing to do. So eventually he's 6'7", so he's a big guy. I believe we could put him in the certified big fucker club.
Yeah, it looks like he thickened up because you said he was really thin. I'm seeing traps. Like I said, weird pecs, but I'm not holding that against him.
Yeah.
I'd say certified big fucker, Killer Kowalski. You better be a big fucker if your name's Killer Kowalski, or that's like naming a Chihuahua killer.
Yeah, or it'd go the other way, and then he's tiny Kowalski.
Tiny. Yeah, it's funny because he's big.
Yeah, not what you expected. Yeah. He's too big.
Comedy is mostly misdirection.
Yeah, whatever he's. Misdirection, rule of threes. Yeah. That's all you need. When he goes to college, he's majoring in electrical engineering, and he's working part time at the Ford Motor Plant in Detroit. No word if he tried to do a Johnny Cash one piece at a time style scheme.
It was 64, 65, 66.
Negatory. I think the other day I said Negatory, and it immediately made me think of that song. Negatory on the make and model of this machine.
I forgot that's what he says.
Yeah. So while he's doing that, a guy comes up to him while he's going to college and is like, hey, you want to make some money? You can make some money in the wrestling business. You're a big fucker.
Yeah.
You look intimidating. And he's like, all right, I only make $50 a week at the Ford plant. Let me try out this wrestling thing. So this is like, he's not a fan. It's not a lifelong desire or passion. It's just, all right, go ahead and give this a shot, because it's like the early 50s probably.
They need big fuckers. Isn't that kind of what happened with the Big Show? Somebody just saw him and was like, that guy's huge.
Yeah, Hulk Hogan played against him in a celebrity basketball game, which is hilarious.
Why was the Big Show? What was he a celebrity for?
Oh, he was there as a ringer for Danny Bonaducci's team, if I remember correctly.
Oh, they just I found Danny Bonaducci found a big fucker.
Yeah, he's like
that's funny. All right,
I'm a little fucker. I need a big fucker to do all the basketball stuff. His original name as a wrestler was Tarzan Kowalski, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, that's a cool name. I'll give Killer Kowalski's better. You got the alliteration. You don't have to deal with the copyright situation.
Yeah. And then, of course, during the Cold War, which we're now in the middle of after WW2, the big one, he changes his name to Waldeck Kowalski to sound more menacing and like he's from Eastern Europe. As a
Waldeck is such a random Eastern European name.
Yeah, but it works. He has his first match in 1948, and this is another thing that rings true. By November of that year, he's wrestling the NWA champion.
That's just
because there's only 10 dudes. There's 10 dudes that you got to be better than, and you could be the world heavyweight champion.
We always talk about this. Like, it's always like this guy worked hard labor. He was Polish, and then somebody's like, "Hey, you want to start wrestling?" And then in 2 months, he is the most famous man in Europe. He's
on the cover of Time magazine.
Yeah.
Clearly he's a heel, and he stood out for being bigger than usual and having a faster paced style in the ring. He worked as a heel mostly, unless he was going against an even more hated bad guy. He wrestled some matches against Nature Boy Buddy Rogers, and then he was a babyface because Rogers was the bigger heel back then. Okay. So as a wrestler, he is the first guy in North America to ever pin Andre the Giant, which is pretty dope. In December 1972, in the Battle of the Giants, he pinned Andre.
And Andre was like 5 inches taller than him or something. Like,
yeah, you get into it with build height or whatever, but Andre's 3 to 4 inches taller than him probably, because Andre's like 6'11".
Oh, I thought Andre was right at like 7 feet or 7'1", but who
knows?
Tomato. Yeah.
Apparently this helps Andre's reputation in American magazines. Like, they were able to promote him being taller than Killer Kowalski. Like, he's a bigger guy than Kowalski, and Kowalski also did that for Giant Baba in Japan. Like, they took their biggest guy and put him up against another pretty big guy to get over how big their guy was, which is another classic wrestling thing. The thing he's probably most famous for, and the reason he becomes Killer Kowalski, is in a match in 1952 against Yukon Eric. He is doing a flying knee drop off the top rope, and he accidentally rips off Yukon Eric's ear with his knee when he lands on him.
Shit, man.
Now,
ouch! Yukon Eric. Oh my God! The amount of pain that I'm currently in. Oh,
I can't believe
buddy.
the gypsy was right. Apparently he had really bad cauliflower ears. So this is not like...
Oh, so his ear exploded is what happened.
Yeah, this is not Killer Kowalski being like unsafe or a menace. It just seemed like a ticking time bomb for old Yukon Eric there.
Yeah, if you don't take care of that, if you're supposed to get your ears drained, and if you don't, that shit will just explode sometimes, which is crazy.
And then apparently he just ran out of the ring and backstage. Yeah.
The guy's like, "Why'd you run out of the bro? My ear exploded. You're paying me $13 to lose to this guy."
I will say that Mick Foley finished his match where he lost his ear.
Yeah, but Mick Foley there's one Mick Foley. You know what I mean?
He's a maniac.
There's a reason he loves Christmas.
So, Kowalski is already a villain, and this ups his villainy quotient. But the thing that really got it over was a few days later, he goes to get his check, and they're like, "Hey, have you checked on Eric? He's in the hospital. You should maybe go apologize." And Kowalski's like, "Well, I didn't really do anything, but okay." So he goes to the hospital, and he sees Yukon Eric, and his head is all wrapped up in gauze like a like a fourth stooge. And he said that he looked like Humpty Dumpty. That's the thing he thought of whenever he saw him. And then Eric and him start laughing about all the bandages and everything. But there's reporters outside, and the reporters think that Killer Kowalski is laughing at Yukon Eric and the position that he's now put him in as a mangled freak. And they're like, "What a heartless son of a bitch!" This guy is. He goes to the hospital to laugh at the guy who he maimed.
It's a very funny idea to go to the hospital and laugh at the bed of somebody who is injured.
Yeah.
Like, if you ever trip and fall and actually hurt yourself and end up in the hospital, I'm going to be there, and I'm going to first. Right. I mean, make sure you're fine, and then I'm going to laugh at you. But why is this guy in the hospital for like 4 days because his ear exploded? Like, I don't know. This must have done more damage than just cauliflower ear exploding.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
He's milking it.
Yeah, he's kayfabing him. But this, of course, leads to like a long series of "you ripped my ear off, you son of a bitch" matches.
Of course.
where Yukon Eric's trying to get his revenge. All over North America, these guys have these matches. But by the time the feud ends several years later, people are kind of over it, and so Yukon Eric joked with Killer Kowalski after one really small show. "God, that's a lousy house. I might have to sacrifice another ear." Hilarious.
That's good. I'm trying to find a picture of his ear being gone. Oh, there's kind of I see a picture of part of it. Yeah, his ear is gone. Look. Oh, hold on. Let me get a better look at this. You can see that the top of the ear is not there. Right here.
Oh yeah, that's a missing ear. That's a Kowalski ear off. If I've ever seen it.
Wild.
That's
crazy, dude. You're never you can't wear sunglasses.
No. You have to get those. You have to get the little bifocals.
You got to get those. Remember when it was around the time that the Phantom Menace came out? Those Oakleys that went over the top of your head.
Yeah. Christian of Edge and Christian fame used to wear those to the ring, just like the most absurd glasses ever.
It's such a good idea to wear those to the ring as a wrestler, especially as like a heel. Somebody should bring them back. Logan Paul should bring them back.
Yeah. So he says that people threw pig ear at him one time after this incident happened. And then after a match, a woman came up to him and said, "I'm glad you didn't get hurt," and then stabbed him in the back with a knife. So after that, he had to get police escorts to and from the ring to keep people from trying to literally stab him.
Dude, it's just unbelievable. Like, there's athletes I haven't liked. You know what I mean?
Sure. Yeah.
Like, I'm not a big Colby Covington guy, but
sure.
Like the amount, I guess it's because they're trying to make, I don't know, like to just go stab it when there was a different world, man.
Things were so crazy back then. Yeah.
It does.
Yeah, that's all that Yukon Eric can wear now. No wonder Killer Kowalski is such a fucking heel, dude. You can't.
You make me wear those the rest of the day, the rest of my life. It's on site, son.
Yeah, shit. We never stop beefing.
I guess you could do like it's just the frames and then an elastic band that goes around your head. You know?
Yeah, but it doesn't look cool.
That does not look cool.
No. Does not look cool.
Neither do these. But
Another incident where he gained notoriety. He was wrestling Pat O'Connor, and the special guest referee was the boxer Jack Dempsey, and he got kicked in the diaphragm and had to be hospitalized from Killer Kowalski, and it was an accident. Again, another accident where I don't know how he kicked them. There's no real information that I was able to find, but it put him in the hospital. And
Jack Dempsey or the other guy?
No, Jack Dempsey got put in the hospital.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Because he got kicked by Killer Kowalski. And then another story that I want more information on is he's on Australian TV being interviewed by a guy named Don Lane, who apparently irritated Killer Kowalski, so he put him in the Iron Claw, which is the move that Killer Kowalski invented. The stomach version of it, where you do it on the stomach, the Iron Claw.
That would kill me. Like,
yeah, that's a shoot hold if they do it to you.
I'm held together by Scotch tape in there. Like I could see that hurting if the guy's big enough. But you just punch him in the face.
Yeah. Not if he's so strong he's squeezing your guts out, dude.
Oh, dude, I'm biting.
You're doing whatever you can.
Yeah.
So eventually he ends up in the WWF. He becomes a main attraction. He wrestles Bruno Sammartino all through the 60s and 70s. He is in a tag team with Gorilla Monsoon, where they win the WWF United States Tag Team titles, which is not a belt that I knew existed until today.
Yeah.
And then under a mask with called the Executioners, he wins the WWF Tag Team titles with Big John Studd in the late 70s.
That shows you how much bigger tag team wrestling was back in the day. They have a secondary tag belt, you know?
Yeah, that's WCW and had that for a while too, the US Tag Champs, which was like the build-up title. He said famously one time, he said, to be a professional wrestler, you've got to be able to talk. I learned by arguing with the radio as I drove between matches. The announcer would say, it's a beautiful day, 82 degrees, and I'd start screaming back, lies! Never has the temperature been lower than it is today.
He's just a contrarian.
That's a good gimmick, dude.
That's funny. I used to interview people while I was driving because I wanted to be on the radio.
Oh, yeah.
And I would call baseball games while I watched them.
Yeah, I used to announce wrestlers. I thought I could be a good ring announcer, so I knew
rock that shit.
Their weights and the city they were from.
Yeah.
Sometimes on Jeopardy, I'm pretty good at geography, but only because of wrestling.
You know what city those guys are?
Yeah, I know Calgary, Alberta, Canada is a place, so that's a pretty good guess. But I only know it because that's where Bret Hart is from. So much like I only know about a patella tendon because of Gorilla Monsoon.
By the way, we got multiple comments on one of our TikToks about people knowing the patella tendon because of Gorilla Monsoon. And I don't even think the video was about Gorilla Monsoon. I'm trying to think what the video was. But
it was Savage smashing Steamboat in the larynx.
Yeah.
But somebody said, I only know what a larynx is because of Gorilla Monsoon.
Well, somebody else said patella tendon too.
Yeah. That's so he retires from wrestling in like the late 70s. He works sparingly. In 1992, for some reason, he fights John Tolis for FMW in Japan, which was like a deathmatch promotion. Okay. So I don't know what he was doing over there.
I was gonna say their money's green, but I don't know if Japan's money's green.
Yeah. His last match is in 1993. When he's 66 years old, he wrestles Baron von Raschke at a fundraiser show. And he kind of hangs out in the Northeast wrestling scene until 2008. Until literally his death, he's hanging around generally, but he doesn't wrestle anymore. He becomes a trainer. He opens a wrestling school like we talked about. He trained Triple H, he trained Perry Saturn, he trained John Cronus, who was Saturn's tag team partner for a lot of years, a bunch of different guys. And apparently he ran like a pretty good school and was like a good trainer. No horror stories from Killer Kowalski's school like you hear oftentimes happening, which is cool. That goes with the idea that he was backstage, even though he's Killer Kowalski, ripped a dude's ear off. Outside of the ring, he was considered so friendly and polite that many wrestling promoters complained about him not staying in kayfabe after the matches. He was just like a nice dude, just an old regular Joe.
Listen, it's hard to turn it off, you know.
Yeah. He became a vegetarian after being influenced by middle distance runners. So in 1953, he changed his whole diet to become a vegetarian, and then kind of was sometimes a vegan. He said he ate a little bit of cheese and occasionally milk. But he had a restaurant that was one of his favorites in Massachusetts called Kowloon, which has a signed picture of him on the wall. So,
Hell yeah.
yeah. He didn't drink or smoke. And then after he retired, he took up photography and had a book of his photographs published in 2001. A fucking renaissance man.
What a
dude.
just
This
interesting guy.
just old timey dudes. They did 50 things. I've never done 10 things that are interesting.
We have YouTube, man. That's the problem.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
somebody said that I'm trying to think exactly how they worded it. It was like, I saw it on Twitter. It was like, I have a feeling we're in the middle of an extinction event that selects for resistance to entertainment.
Oh,
yeah. There's an ominous thing to say, but it was like, that's why you see all these guys. Like, there's no Leonardo da Vinci now,
right?
You know, and there's no Ben Franklin now, who was like, you know, a philosopher, one of the greatest political minds of that era, and a crazy scientist and a philanderer.
Invented shit. Yeah, and was doing the runaround.
Yeah.
So he gets married in 2000 and well, he gets married whenever he's 79 years old.
How old was she, please?
To Teresa, who is 78 years old.
Okay, hell yeah, Killer Kowalski.
Hell yeah,
this guy's
dude.
getting all the gold. I was worried it was going to be a 24-year-old.
No. They got married in 2006. And so they asked him, I found an interview with him in Esquire magazine, which was awesome. And his quote is, people ask me, how can you get married now? You're 79 years old and Teresa will be 78 in September. I say, what could I do? She told me she was pregnant. Fucking nailed it, dude.
What a guy, dude.
What a dude.
That's such a Polish dad joke. Yeah, that's his only marriage. Which, yeah. I mean, that you can tell he's not a lifer pro wrestler, because they've all been married 5 times, and it seems like he had no kids.
No, he just ran his wrestling school, and then he said, a guy told me to take up professional wrestling. You'll make enough money to pay your way through college. Oh, I said, okay. If I had it all to do again, I'd be an electrical engineer.
I would have done none of this shit.
I would have never ripped a dude's ear off. I wouldn't have kicked Jack Dempsey in the chest.
How's he doing?
I definitely wouldn't have been stabbed by that woman in the back. But yeah, I will comp to only knowing Killer Kowalski by name and a little bit by reputation. I knew the ear story, but not all the way through. This is one of my favorite dudes. Clearly seemed like a funny guy. Seemed like a good dude. Was a massive overheel in the 60s and 70s. Like, I'm barring any particular things that I don't know, I'm putting Killer Kowalski in the rafters.
Yeah, I think he belongs. I think he seems like a lot of the guys we talk about in wrestling. It's like, yeah, I mean, if I wanted to have a wild night, it'd be fun to go have a drink or hang out with that guy. Killer Kowalski seems like the type of guy you could just sit down at a cafe and have a really interesting 3-hour conversation with.
He seems like a dude that you could be really good friends with, and he would never bring up that he used to be a pro wrestler. Yeah. You know what I mean? You could know him, and then whenever he passed away, unfortunately, Killer Kowalski passed away in 2008, you find out from reading the obituary that he's one of the most famous heels in the history of wrestling. And you're like, my photography buddy? Kowalski?
He trained Triple H and Kofi Kingston
and Perry Saturn. Yeah, so I'm putting it official. Wrestling Over Everything Hall of Fame. Killer Kowalski going in.
Here's a picture of him when he was older, and the article, which I now want to read, is titled "Walter Killer Kowalski Grapples with Mortality."
Yeah, look at it. He just looks like an old dude.
And
Like cool old dude.
the love of his couple years. I was gonna
Yeah.
say love of his life, but
Yeah, unfortunately, they got married in 2006, and then he passes away in 2008. But
they had to have
he,
known that
he
was a sprint,
yeah,
not a
yeah,
marathon.
yeah. But happy for him.
Do you think
he deserves it.
You think they?
I don't want to. I don't want to think
All
about
right.
it. You think
All right.
he put her in the iron claw?
They probably
You
did.
think?
They
Yeah.
probably did. Watch your
What
ears,
hopes?
sweetheart.
Yeah. So, from watch your ears to something, turns out I didn't want to watch. Andrew, I fear they did it to me. They killed me. They killed me, Andrew.
Are you having a little spat with the War Games?
Survivor Series 2025, Andrew.
Yeah.
The event that killed Dusty. I don't want to be hyperbolic. There are a lot of really bad pro wrestling shows. We've covered some of them.
There's and listen, man, if Mongo McMichael isn't on it, it's hard for me to say.
This might be the most boring show I've ever watched that has a match in it called War Games. So we should go through it a little bit.
And by the way, and the swan song for one of the longest tenured, most famous wrestlers of all time.
I don't want to get bogged down in a match by match kind of situation here. I'm just going to give you my overall thoughts. They had me at the very beginning. The outdoor War Games looks fucking dope. The arena setup and like the way the rings looked and having the cage hanging over, but it's outside in a baseball stadium. That's NWA like 1986. It looks cool as hell.
Did you hear all of the people complaining about not being able to see from their floor seats?
I've seen some TikToks of people filming the show from their seat and having to film the screen to be able to watch it.
I have a buddy who went to this show. He goes to a lot of shows, and he was just posting. He didn't complain at all, but he was just posting from his spot. He was like, right before the show, he's like, "We got floor seats." I'm like, "Oh, dude, I didn't talk to him, but in my head, I'm like, "Oh, dude, that's sick." Got floor seats to SummerSlam. To Survivor Series. And then as the show goes on, because he posted so many stories, and I was just watching all of them, and none of them you could see nothing that was happening in the ring. He was just pointing straight up at the screen. The screen looked sick.
Yeah.
But it was kind of like a mini version of the SoFi screen. It was like wraparound, but like I think the floor is too small. I mean too big. I think there's too many spots on the floor where you could be too far away from the ring. Because in a football stadium, I guess you can be like pretty far away, but like I don't know.
It's like stadium seating, so you can still see. I think.
I don't know how it works.
When you're on the floor at a wrestling show, you're literally sitting in a chair, like on the ground. So that's, I think, part of the problem.
Well, I'm saying a football stadium, like right down by because if you think about a football stadium, it's not as wide as a baseball field, like from home plate to outfield, right? But like. Let me think about that. Yeah, it's not. But if you're right next to the ramp, there's a chance that you can't see. But I think they put in little temporary things to go up. I can't remember.
Yeah,
I just don't feel like I've seen this problem at other shows.
Well, it also probably isn't. They probably weren't trying to fit 45,000 people into a baseball stadium where you have the field. That's
very much a TKO thing where they're like, they could say they were there. John Cena's going to run past them.
Yeah. So I thought that looked cool. That's a bummer for your buddy. I don't have the lived-in experience.
He seemed like he had a great time, but it didn't. It looked like shit. Like it looked like it sucked. And a little bit of a bummer, no ramp. I'm accustomed to the ramp, but I don't like the come out of a thing and then run through a tunnel situation. But nitpicky. I agree with you. The wide shots looked really cool.
Yeah, from home it looked really cool. The baby faces in a war. I love the War Games. Yep. God damn, do I love a War Games. 2 rings, giant cage, but They shouldn't do themed events every year. WCW also did this with War Games. It diluted it to some degree. You can't have a show called War Games because every year you're not going to have a program that necessitates the use of the War Games.
Yeah.
Like, this is a blood feud to the death. Like, all we've got left is to get these heels in this cage, and it has to end. The beef has to be squashed tonight.
Yeah.
Like, and this is a problem with both of those matches. Like, it's not just the women's War Games and not just the men's War Games. And guess what? If the women's feuds are built up to necessitate the need for a War Games, give them the War Games. There doesn't have to be two matches. One War Games match. And this is where I feel like an old man yelling at the sky, or like I'm the cousin of Jim Cornette. I don't agree with all of his points. I think the women's War Games can be good. There just has to be a reason to have it. Just like the men's War Games match needs a reason for it to happen.
Yeah, and it starts to become obvious when you've got a PLE coming up in a couple of months that needs 4-on-4 teams, and then the storyline starts pushing 4 people together on each side,
right.
And like it doesn't feel organic at all, you know.
Or you're like begging somebody to join your team. That's always the storyline. Please join my team to help me, and it's like no. It has to be the 4 horsemen have fucked over Dusty Rhodes and all his friends, and now they have to get him in the cage to settle the shit.
Or even there's 4 guys who have been screwing over this one guy, and he's got 3 friends.
Right?
You know now what I mean? Like,
yeah. Or like the year that the NWO did their thing where they made fun of Arn Anderson and the Horsemen, and then like good, okay, so there's 4 horsemen, you've got 4 NWO dudes. Now you've got a match. Like, that makes sense to me as a reason to have this match. But it shouldn't just be, oh, it's War Games time to do it. Same thing with Hell in the Cell, any of those. Like, it should necessitate its use through the storyline. It shouldn't just be, it's October, we got to have a Hell in the Cell.
I agree.
It makes everything worse.
And it makes it more exciting when they finally reveal, like, and we're going to fight next month in the Hell in a Cell, and
right?
And then they start putting the T-shirts out and stuff. The next month's going to be a Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. That seems like a way better way to promote it and get people's, you know.
Yeah. Shawn Michaels kept running from the Undertaker. They got to put him in the cell to fucking finish it. I thought the women's War Games match was fine. The weapons thing bugs me. Like, it should be the cage. If everybody's bringing in a weapon, like, that means nothing to them. Like, I forget who it was, ran in with a chain. Like, they don't use a chain. Who cares?
Where'd they get a chain?
And also, if you have a chain, why don't you just beat the fuck out of the people in the ring with the chain? So, I thought it was okay, but it did not move me in any particular way.
Are we gonna talk about it, Dusty?
Yeah, the thing is, I love Io Sky. I think she's a tremendous wrestler. She's one of my favorites. She's great. If she needs to jump off the cage, great. But everybody knew she was gonna jump off the cage, and they were talking about it like, well, it wouldn't be a War Games if Io Sky didn't jump off the cage. What are you talking about? Stop doing that.
And even that's fine, right? Why the trash can, first of all, but just the 4 girls standing there for way too long.
Yeah.
What's she doing up there? Like staring like they're staring at a solar eclipse. Just waiting and waiting. She only hits 2 girls. Every single one of these girls died.
Yeah.
Like, I understand. You want it to be safe. So you have to have these girls in position. Io needs to see where they are before she puts the trash can on, all that shit. But, like, if you have to do all that, let's stop pretending that's a good spot.
Right.
It's just so dumb. Like, we see one, who was it that did the Cody Rhodes crossbody off the cage to start the men's War Games.
Yeah.
Looked organic. He gets on top of the cage, Drew McIntyre happens to walk right there, turn around, gets hit by Cody Rhodes. Like he's not standing there going, "All right," like he's gonna catch a cheerleader. You know what I mean?
Right, like he's the thrower. Yeah,
Yeah, and that's the problem. And it's the funny thing is, as soon as you start criticizing, because I don't talk about wrestling on Twitter or anything, but as soon as people would criticize it, all the WWE fans are under it going, well, did you want her to die? Like all that stuff is like, no, obviously not. But also it's the same thing. Like if you do it with AEW, those fans are always like, it's so tribalistic, but like it's dumb anytime multiple people have to stand in multiple able-bodied people with two legs. It's like Mitch Hedberg. If you're flammable and have legs, you are not blocking a fire exit. If you can walk, you are not gonna catch Io Sky in the head when you watch her get up there, stand there, catch her balance, get a trash can, put the fucking trash can on her head, pull the trash can off and look where she's going again, put the trash can back on her head, and all the girls are standing there like, what's she gonna do?
Well, yeah, because there's no good way to do that spot, because you can't be fake fighting in the huddle, because then you're not going to see her coming, right?
You don't want to take the risk of like somebody like mistiming or something, like, which that's the thing that you would like for them to do, is everybody's fake fighting and then she's flying and they all turn and catch her.
Right. Yeah, but you don't want to risk that. Obviously, this is the safest way to do it, but it is the most contrived wrestling way that something happens. Like, I don't think about when somebody gets thrown into the ropes and bounces back, how stupid that is, unless I think about it on purpose.
Sure, yeah, we don't have to nitpick that far, right?
Right, but I'm saying like that, I just watch it and I accept it. But when I see somebody just standing there waiting for someone to jump on them, like it takes me out of it. And there's no there's no blood feud here that where I'm like, oh, Rhea Ripley's she gets revenge on one of the heels. Like it's just 4 baby faces or 5 baby faces and 5 heels. And there's a story between a couple of them, but really it's not like there's no urgency to settle it, you know? So then one of my other major problems, John Cena, this is his last PLE ever. It's the last pay-per-view of John Cena's entire career. And he's wrestling Dominic Mysterio. We are on the record as big fans of Dominic Mysterio. Heel Mysterio is one of my favorite guys in WWE right now. I thought this match was terrible. And it's not all John Cena. They had a pretty decent match a couple weeks ago in their initial match. As the ending for John Cena's pay-per-view career, this is a huge bummer to me. The one funny thing is they do a fake injury angle to play off of the fact that Penta actually got injured doing a Hurricane Rana off the guardrail on the Monday before this show. He hurt his shoulder. But in trying to replicate that spot, Dominic Mysterio drops himself right on his fucking head. And it looks like he could have injured himself for real.
Yeah, it was tough. It looked good because it was obviously worked.
Yeah.
Like it was obvious, but it did. Like I saw the replay because I didn't know how it ended up. But live on Saturday, not live, but like right after it happened on Saturday, somebody posted the replay online, and I'm like, oh fuck, they botched that. Like something happened, and it looked like it hurt real bad. Like, and Dominic seemed like he didn't seem like he was legitimately hurt. Like he was wrestling hurt. Which comforted me, but I didn't see anything after that. But it was like they did a really good job with that spot because it looked real. It looked like it hurt,
Yeah, well, he definitely landed on his head. But luckily he was fine. The other big thing is Liv Morgan returns, and I thought it was really funny. Like her return's supposed to be a surprise, but it's hard to have the shock of her return when she comes out, her music hits, and then she has to run down this giant ramp to get to the ring. Like you see her doing her pose and she's soaking in the, oh shit, she's back, what a surprise. And then you see her like gear up because now she's got to run like a quarter mile. down to the ring to do her spots.
And the referee is he dead? Because he
yes,
didn't.
he's
Did
been.
he not? Did he not hear Liv
The
Morgan's music?
He thought it was a dream, dude. You ever had one of those vivid dreams like that?
You wouldn't believe it, bro. I got hit so hard, I thought Liv Morgan came back.
Yeah. John Cena's mysteriously laid out in the middle of the ring. Nothing to question about that. I'll just
Liv
go ahead
Morgan
and count that.
clearly currently just exiting the ring.
Yeah, definitely got to count that pin. Yeah, not the best night for either of these guys. I'm glad Mysterio has the belt back. I think him as the IC champ is good. Just bummed me out, because and I don't know how great a match Cena can have at this point, but it just left me wanting
I
more.
understand why they did it that way, though. I had to think about this because they have to get the IC belt off of Cena. His last match is Saturday, and I know his opponent, by the way. I'll tell you in a second. It just got determined on SmackDown. Wait, it might have been like an hour ago, so you might know his opponent too.
Oh, I haven't seen, but I assume it's Gunther.
It is Gunther. He will be wrestling Gunther,
which I'm stoked about.
Which will be cool. Yeah, he's gonna get his ass whooped. But the you have to get the belt off him.
Yeah,
you can't have him leave with the Intercontinental Championship, and but they also wanted Cena to have his spots. So I don't know why he took 2 women's finishers. That's I don't like that, especially one of them's like 5'3".
Yeah.
And it hurt him real bad, and he's like 300 pounds, so that's weird. But you got to see the double attitude adjustment, which again, another kind of stupid move, but it's impressive. Like the top guy could just wiggle a little bit and he falls off. You know what I mean? But
no, he's stuck, dude. Cena's so strong.
And but you wanted him to lose the belt. The best way to do it is to get as much heat on Dom as possible, make people hate Dom as much as possible. The best way to do that, have Dom try to cheat, as well as have a bunch of run-ins of Dom's fucking cronies and make the crowd angry because they're ruining this match for Cena. And then Cena doesn't lose really clean, obviously, because Liv Morgan kicks him in the nuts, and then he takes a 619, a not very good 619, unfortunately. He's just not as small as his dad, and I think it helps his dad to be tiny to do those really well. But I think I understand why they booked it that way. It is a bummer that they booked it that way, but having him lose clean to Dom, and it kind of takes a little bit of the wind out of the sails of next week. I guess you could still have them have a good match and Dom cheats, and you don't need all the other stuff. So to your point, but I kind of understand why they did what they did.
Yeah, I just there was no real heat. Nobody really cares about they booked Balor and JD McDonough into oblivion, so those dudes aren't a threat to Cena. And I think it was they want to cheer the entrance, they want to see the moves, they want to do the "you can't see me," but no, I guess the show really pointed out to me that I ache and I long for give me the lady that wants to stab Killer Kowalski in the back, right?
We've talked about this a lot.
It's it feels soulless, I think, is the main thing, and sort of perfunctory. And I don't like that the War Games seems just sort of we just do a War Games, throw War Games out there. Who cares?
We need less "this is awesome" and more somebody wants to throw acid on somebody's face.
Yeah, I don't want anybody to get stabbed or have acid thrown on their face, but people really wanted Cody Rhodes to beat Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
The year we went to WrestleMania, people were bummed when he got screwed.
It was in hindsight, it's pretty funny because we thought it was gonna happen, bro, and then
I thought it was a lock, man.
As soon as that son of a bitch, is it Solo?
Yep, Solo Sikoa.
As soon as we saw him creeping through the thing, both of us were like, no, they're gonna do it. They're going to take it away from him right here. And the whole 90,000 people, or however many it was, just go silent.
he needs to finish the story.
Yeah, I'm not going to wait another fucking year for this.
So maybe that's the whole event. The whole event felt like we got to throw something up, including they did Stephanie Vaquer versus Nikki Bella, and I will just say Stephanie Vaquer is a fucking star. She rules. Her finisher, the corkscrew moonsault, is awesome. And Nikki Bella, I wish nothing but the best for her. Her wrestling style is not, in my opinion, up to snuff for somebody in 2025. Like Rhea Ripley, Stephanie Vaquer, Julia, all of these women that they have in WWE are incredible. Io Sky, Asuka, like she can't hang with any of those people.
What do you think about AJ Lee?
I think it's kind of the same problem. I think AJ Lee is fine, but she was good for the period that she existed in, but the level has been raised, in my opinion.
We kind of have to see it that way. I think like, you know, Spencer Fisher was a badass in the early 2000s in UFC, you know, but
right.
he gets destroyed by Brian Ortega nowadays, you know, and it's like,
yeah, like a gatekeeper now wins the UFC belt in 2001.
Yeah,
you know, versus pretty much anybody.
yeah, except for very specific, like BJ Penn probably could have beat some guys, like Anderson Silva. There's guys that transcend, you know, just like there is in anything. I think, but it's generally like you have to give the Bella Twins and AJ their flowers because they were kind of the bridge between bra and panties matches and the modern version. That's kind of how I see it, at least, where it's like they were the part of the era that made the world take women's wrestling seriously in America, which is really cool. I think it was a little earlier in Japan, right? But like, it's just like, so you have to give them their flowers. But like AJ, when she debuted and the punches she was throwing on Becky Lynch, I went, oh no! I almost sent them to you. I forgot to talk about it on the podcast. But the flaily, I mean, she punches like her husband, unfortunately. The like flaily missing by a mile, kind of like women's slap fight, like you know, you talk to my guy at the bar, punches that she was throwing, like, and but like I said, you have to respect these women. Like they really did. They helped take the whole thing to another level. But do you think Nikki and John ran into each other backstage? How do you think that?
I've seen a couple of things where they've apparently like ran into each other backstage, and it's sort of like, you know, sometimes you see your ex at work, and you got to deal with it.
She's like, still not married, huh? And he's like, nope.
No, he's married now.
Oh fuck, that's even worse.
yeah. He in fact did get married.
Oh, so you were ready for commitment, huh?
Just not with me. That's cool. Me, huh? seems cool. Yeah, I think it's like, I think AJ and Nikki, and then there's like a understanding that like they were trying to elevate the level of women's wrestling in WWE, and I think they did at the time that they were doing it. But now,
really do think they did, yeah.
But now the level is so high, that like, I mean, Rhea Ripley is a fucking, like, she's one of the biggest stars in all of WWE, not just a women's division wrestler, and she looks like a wrestler, and like, you know, she's impressive.
She's in a like way. If you took Shaq and then like the guys in the 60s with the little shorty shorts running just little shitty pick and rolls.
Yeah.
They got to play with Shaquille O'Neal. Like it's a whole different story.
Yeah. So, dude, the other thing on this show, there is so much time between, like, we do not have a Goldilocks bed situation in wrestling right now. There's either Tony Khan style of booking, which is like 15 matches, 5.5 hour shows, so much blood, so much everything, maximalism to the nth degree, which I can somewhat appreciate because he still charges for pay-per-view. So if you think $40 is too much money, he's going to give you every goddamn match you can imagine over the next 5.5 hours. But that's a tough hang even for me as a person who loves wrestling. On the other end, you've got whatever like IKEA inspired minimalistic nothing that WWE is doing. There are 4 matches on this show, and in between every match is like 20 minutes of ads and video packages. Did you know it's Riyadh season, Andrew? It never seems to not be Riyadh season.
Yeah, when does Riyadh season end, bro? Like, what does season mean to these people? Because Riyadh century. So, well, that's the thing. That's TKO, man. It is. Sure, there's only 4 matches.
Yeah.
But this show's going to be 4 hours.
It's blood from a stone, dude. It's like come on, man. And the amount of money they charged, your friend is a great sport, because I'd be so fucking mad if I win and there's 20 minutes between the start of every match, and then there's entrances for 20 minutes, and then there's an 8-minute match. It's like, it's nuts.
Let me tell you about this guy. He's this type of guy. I saw him in the hotel at where where he thought all the wrestlers were before the Bakersfield SmackDown. And I was like, "What's up, dude?" Like, because I met him playing golf like a week before, and I was like, "What's up, dude? You're trying to meet John Cena?" And he's like, "Oh, they had like stuff to sign and stuff." And then I was like, "You guys going to the show?" And he's like, "No, we don't have tickets." And I'm like, "Oh, that sucks, dude." Like, and he's like, "We're gonna try to figure it out." And then I see him on his Instagram story. He's in the Twisted T zone. He is up against the guardrail.
Yeah,
repping a Twisted T jersey in the front row of SmackDown. I think it was SmackDown in Bakersfield.
God bless him, dude.
He's just one of those guys. Like, I don't know what he does for a living. I don't think he has that much money, but he's at everything. So shout out to that guy. He always figures
that's
out.
The same as in this thing. They do a whole package where they do a Xfinity upgrade. They're like, and I'll do. Why do I care about this? Don't show me this. It's like, hey, you and your girl gonna have a good time tonight? Yeah. Well, you're about to have an even better time. You're in the Xfinity zone. Why do I care that this guy got upgraded to the Xfinity zone?
Fuck that guy.
Yeah.
Why can't I get upgraded to
Give me another match, you motherfuckers. You could put 5 matches on this goddamn show.
Well, that's the thing. That's why Canadian Stampede was so good. Canadian Stampede is 4 or 5 matches, and there's not all the bullshit. It is 2 hours long.
Yeah, it's great because they go, hey, that match is over. Roll those fuckers out. They're playing the music for the next guy.
And Triple H and Mick Foley fight their way into the arena.
Yeah,
you get a good laugh out of it. Oh wait, the next match is starting. Is that the great
shit? The Undertaker's there. I didn't even know. So here's why they're making the gate that they're making, and they're selling 45,000 tickets to a show that is nothing.
Yeah,
is because and AEW ran this is not a bash AEW situation, but a couple weeks before this they ran their version of War Games called Blood and Guts, which is supposed to be like the true wrestling fans experience in War Games. It's the same match, 2 rings, giant cage, teams, intervals, all the shit's the same. They had people bleed buckets. There's a woman in the women's blood and guts match who cut herself and bled so much I was legitimately worried about this woman.
It's not called sweat and guts, you know what I mean?
No. And then they had the men an hour later. There's a dude. Kyle O'Reilly bled buckets in this match, and they didn't sell 45,000 tickets. They're not doing a huge number on ESPN. They got 600,000 people on a Wednesday to watch 10 people try to literally kill themselves because they had their match. And look, that's the wrestling's promotion. This match. The main event of this show had stars, gigantic, universal stars. And that's why they're selling 45,000 tickets.
This is one of the most star-studded matches in recent memory of WWE. We've got, and I'm going to say it out of order just in case we're going to spoil an ending for people. CM Punk, Braun Breaker, Cody Rhodes, Bronson Reed, the Usos, Logan Paul, Drew McIntyre, and Roman Reigns. And Brock Lesnar. I think I missed Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Also Brock Lesnar.
It's the Avengers, dude.
Yeah.
It's like they put it's a Civil War. They put every motherfucker in this match.
Yeah.
Which is why no one cares if there's not a real reason for them to have this match.
Fuck that,
like,
dude. DiCaprio and De Niro in the same movie. I'm buying.
Yeah, let's do it.
I still haven't said Flower. I still haven't seen Flower Moon.
Yeah. Did you see Braun Breaker nearly break his goddamn neck in this match?
Yeah, man. Steiners are supposed to give the Doomsday Device.
Yeah.
That was like, it was. I don't know whose fault it was. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if there's a fault situation. Punk was the one that made contact, right?
Yeah. So
kind of ginger contact.
Yeah, I think it was because I think they're worried about this because the Doomsday Device is a dangerous move if you do it the classic Road Warriors way. The Dudleys adopted it, but they used to have Devon would have the guy on his shoulders, or Bubba would have the guy on his shoulders, and Devon would hit the clothesline, and Bubba would take a back bump with the guy.
Yeah.
So that he didn't cut a flip and land on his head.
The Steiners were literally making guys flip, like straight 100% flip onto their face.
Yeah,
and
the LOD broke Henry Godwin's neck with this move. In the same way, basically.
But Vince took it in a bar.
Yeah, yeah. Well, apparently Hawk really gave it to him. But I was gonna say they probably took it easy. I think it's a bigger dude who's kind of either top or bottom heavy, can't do the flip. Like Braun Breaker is a stout. He's an athletic dude, but he's stout. So, and I don't know if Cody had. I think you're supposed to have your arms up under the dude's legs so you could help flip him when he gets hit with the clothesline.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It just, however they were trying to do it, it just didn't work, and they nearly killed Braun Breaker.
When Laud did it, did Hawk come off the second rope or did he come off the top rope?
No, he came off the top.
See, Punk went off the second rope. It was like a mini Doomsday. It looked weird, man.
Oh, did he go off the second? I thought he came off the top.
I'll look it up. I think he did, though.
They also, the Road Warriors fucked up J.J. Dillon in the original Wargames match with the Doomsday Device because they had to do it different because that cage had a top on it, and so they couldn't lift him all the way up on his shoulders. So they fucked up J.J. Dillon's shoulder doing that move in the cage.
It was top rope. I was wrong.
Okay. But I don't know.
It still doesn't look good, dude.
No.
It's the CM Punk ain't no Hawk. I can tell you that.
But
check it out. No sound. Oh, I guess there's sound. He kind of just pushes it.
Ron, you see, tries to rotate back ugly. Ron, you see, tries
and Cody
to
does flip him.
Yeah, but Cody has his arms around his legs.
Yeah, but he flips him up.
So then he does flip him, I guess, but
he just flips him straight down on his head.
Just you nearly killed the dude that you want to main event the next WrestleMania.
If Rick was there, Rick's shooting somebody.
Oh yeah, he breaks into the cage. He hops the cage.
Just bullets. You just start hearing gunshots, and they're like, the dog-faced gremlin's here! Oh
no! Look, this might be what killed me. This might be the thing that killed me. Jey Uso comes into this match. At least they did it right. They had the heels have the advantage. In the first match, the babyface women had the advantage. It makes no sense.
Yeah.
For the Wargames match. So he comes in. It's 3-on-2. He's there to even the odds with his partners. He comes out. He hits some of his moves. He does whatever. His song was playing. They were yeeting. Then he gets in the ring. He hits all the heels. The heels take bumps and they're down. They're dead. He restarts the yeet dance in the War Games. And I don't want to be an old man that yells at a cloud. It should be a little bit more serious than you should yeet. in the middle of the War Games. I find that to be problematic.
I completely agree with you, and I've not anti-yeet, but I've suffered from yeet fatigue for quite a bit now.
I heard they made a pill for that, so you should be okay.
Yeah, but I like to eat for 4 hours. I had to call my doctor. But the shot of him like straddling the top of the cage,
yes,
and like dancing, that made me laugh. It's bad. They shouldn't be doing it, but it made me laugh.
It's funny, but it's funny. It's funny in the wrong way. Like, this is the blood feud to end all blood feuds. These dudes tried to kill you, and you're like, you know what? Probably eat some more.
Yeah, we're gonna eat. We like to party. What of it? Though I did like Jimmy Uso gets to the ring, and Braun like goes like he's gonna pull him into the ring, and Jimmy just slams the door on his face and then gets into the ring, which is pretty cool.
So I have to say this. I don't think I like the man. He seems like he's kind of gross. Might be pretty gross, depending. But Brock Lesnar, man, he's got the fucking aura. Like,
he's undeniable, man. He really is.
The best part of the yeet off is when they're doing the yeet and the music's playing it, and all of a sudden Brock's music hits, and they're like, "Oh shit, the shit's on now." There's a bear on the way to the ring.
I think we're gonna have to stop yeeting for now.
Yeah, yeah. I don't really feel like I'm in a yeeting place anymore. I'm about to get thrown on my head with very little regard for my safety.
The best thing they did was not play the countdown for Brock.
Yeah,
because like everybody was caught up in the yeet.
Yeah.
And then everything turns red and everybody's like, oh, fuck.
Oh, we forgot this fucking guy is coming out.
There's a fucking polar bear on his way.
Yeah.
He didn't fall this time. Did you see him fall the other day?
Yeah. Hilarious.
That's funny.
He's still got it, man. Yeah, you know.
It's crazy, dude. Like, how old is he?
He's got to be 50.
He's at least very close to 50. I'll look right now.
Yeah.
But he has to be on steroids.
He's on every kind they can give you, even the ones that cancel each other out. He's doing those.
Yeah, he's just so much elk meat. But he comes in and he's just suplexing everybody. I'm surprised he didn't suplex his teammates, which would have been funny.
The first tag team match he's been in of any kind since 2004.
And I don't know if you guys are math whizzes, but that's 21 years ago.
And he's out of WWE for quite some time. They didn't let him do tag team division in UFC either. So he's just never had a partner, which is hilarious.
He's been out of the WWE, but in the past 21 years, he's wrestled a lot. And he hasn't had a single partner.
Partner, which is crazy. Yeah, man, they used everybody they had. They fired all the bullets in their gun, because then Reigns comes in. So now you've got Brock and Roman again, and it's been long enough where maybe they can run that back. They haven't had that in a few years. And both those guys look great. They made a huge deal out of the fact that if somebody leaves the cage, then that means that their team forfeits. And so in both matches, they're like, if somebody leaves this cage, that's it. Match is over. So I thought,
I didn't hear that.
Yeah. I thought like, oh, that's an interesting finish. I wonder if because they're teasing this Jey Uso turn, maybe something happens. One of the other baby faces hits him and he's like, fuck it. And he leaves and they have to forfeit. That's kind of an interesting finish to this match. You know, it could lead somewhere. Not only does it not lead anywhere, storyline wise, but Brock Lesnar gets out of the ring to go confront Roman Reigns, and then they quickly go, well, the match hasn't officially started yet. Roman never got in the ring, so they can fight outside as long as they want.
That is true, and I'm gonna be honest. Like, from the moment Brock's music hit until for probably 10 minutes, this was pretty cool. Like, Brock gets out, he fucks everybody up in the ring. Everybody's dead. and he just as soon as Roman Reigns' music hits, Brock goes straight to the door, and he's just
Yeah.
like, "Come on, dude!" And he takes off his UFC gloves, and like and then he immediately eats 3 Superman punches,
Yeah. Oh, and he F5s Reigns through the desk,
which was cool.
which was cool. Like, yeah, I mean, they have cool little moments, but this match is 40 minutes long, and without like the blood and the heat of really wanting to see somebody die, it's just a long time to watch dudes punch each other because you can't do a whole lot moves wise in a War Games,
especially since everybody has a spear.
Yeah.
Logan Paul was a breath of fresh air, I thought. He's not boring ever, in my opinion. Then so Roman gets in the ring, and then I can't remember how it all goes. Like, Logan gets the brass knuckles, Roman spears Logan, takes the brass knuckles, punches literally everybody, and then he's gonna hit. And then was it Jimmy or Jay? Jay is trying to hold Brock Lesnar up, and we know that's not going to work.
Right.
Hey, Jay, he's got 100 pounds on you. So Brock obviously picks up Jay to F5 him. Roman then spears Brock Lesnar, who has Jey Uso on his shoulders, through a table that's been leaning up against the side of the cage for like 15 minutes.
Yeah, that's Chekhov's table. If they don't have you have to forfeit if you get thrown out of the ring, they at least delivered on the table.
Somebody's going through that table, and that was a sick spot. That was a really cool spot. It looked cool.
There's little moments, I thought like after Breaker nearly kills himself, he hits that top rope Frankensteiner he does where he like no hands jumps to the top rope, which is one of the freakiest athletic things I've ever seen somebody do. Like, and then in the end, because they don't have a top on this War Games cage for some reason, well, so you can jump off the top of it, but it also ruins it. It's got to be. There's no way to get out, and no one can get. Yeah, and no one can get in. That's the point.
It's Wonka's factory.
Yeah.
Nobody ever comes in. Nobody ever goes out.
Slugworth has to send a secret agent in there to get the everlasting gobstoppers. A masked man. Who is that masked man? Just jumps into the ring. It reminded me of Halloween Havoc 97 where that weird skinny guy just scales the giant cage for no reason.
Yeah.
He's in. And he's staring at Breaker, and he's staring at Punk. He super kicks Punk, hits him with a stomp, and then runs off. So you're supposed to think it's Seth Rollins, but it's not because Rollins is hurt.
And Rollins is not nearly as agile as that guy when he was getting out of that ring.
And then Breaker hits the spear and pins Punk, and they're doing a Breaker versus Punk title match the first week of January. So I thought, like, okay, that's the finish you want. You want Breaker to get this pin. It legitimizes him. It's a good place to put him over. The heels occasionally should win the War Games, especially if it's not the ultimate blow-off to something.
Yeah.
And we'll see what happens with the Mystery Man. A lot of people think it's Austin Theory, which is fine. There's a lot of people holding their Austin Theory stock. I'm not one of those guys.
That's the only thing that popped into my head was him. But I barely watched the television, so
yeah. So we'll see. I don't think it's been revealed yet, but overall, I just like, I don't know, man. It bummed me out because I love the Survivor Series, and I know the Survivor Series stinks. All those old Survivor Series are bad. I watched one the other day where Greg the Hammer Valentine
Series does stink, by the way.
Where Greg the Hammer Valentine got beat with a clothesline because they got to get 4 eliminations out of this match. It was like he would never lose to a clothesline.
Imagine having to tell Greg the Hammer Valentine that he's gonna get taken out by a clothesline.
Clothesline's taking you out tonight, pal. Sorry. But it used to have such a cool value where it's like, I'm sorry, Hulk Hogan, Jake the Snake, and Demolition are all on a team together. All my guys are teaming up one time a year to take on all the heels that they have a problem with. But it lost that novelty. And so then they came up with War Games, and there's a couple of really good WWE War Games matches since they relaunched it. But, like, I really need a reason to care that the War Games is happening. Aside from just, oh, it'll look cool. There's there's all the history, but like
It's
you gotta
December.
you got to give me a reason besides it's the last weekend of November. And I didn't think that this passed that bar.
Yeah. Did you see the Roman and Cody moment?
Yeah, the we're never ever getting back together moment. Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
what's up with that, huh?
hey, who's this guy?
Yeah.
I think they're building. Maybe they're doing Cody and Roman again at Mania. I don't know. I want it.
You can't. You cannot. You cannot do that. That is like when the main character dies in a series that did really good numbers that they didn't expect to do really good numbers, and they're like, "Oh, I guess we're doing another season. Got to figure that." No, you cannot do that. The story was finished. We talked about this. We all agreed the story's over.
We're done with that story. They're clearly building it for something. And I
bet they team up.
But they said they never team up again.
I know, dude. They say a lot of things.
Yeah, guy says a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
That reminds me of Wayne's World 2, where Wayne is trying to get backstage, and he's like, "My girlfriend's back there." And the bouncer goes, "A lot of people's girlfriends are back there." Yeah, I don't know, man. It doesn't do anything for me. I have a conspiracy theory that I need to run by you, which is
this one about the Hollow Earth again?
Yeah. Listen to me this time, and I won't have to tell you again.
Have you ever been to the center of the earth,
yeah.
asshole?
It's made of cheese. I'm adding that part to keep you interested. What part is made of cheese? You don't know. Yeah. Why do they call it the crust, Andrew? There's not cheese inside of it. Answer me that.
It's a stuffed crust Earth.
Yeah.
Pizza Hut. It's the biggest Pizza Hut ad of all time. We find out it's a stuffed crust Earth.
I've gotten to the middle, no pun intended. And I don't, no. So the WrestleMania promos that they keep airing are like, you never know who's going to show up. You never know what's going to happen. And they're using Back in the Saddle by Aerosmith. And my worry, because they're going back to Vegas. They're doing back-to-back Vegases. So maybe Back in the Saddle is for Vegas. I'm a little bit worried that Vince is going to be there. That they're going to bring Vince out.
I don't think they have the balls, dude. I think,
they're soft launching Vince, because Triple H mentioned him in his Hall of Fame speech. They've done Stephanie has her talk show or whatever, and they mention her dad a bunch in it with the various guests. I don't know. That's the conspiracy is that I'm worried about, because Back in the Saddle is a Vince ass fucking song.
Play Back in the Saddle, huh?
I just want it down now, so if it happens, I look smart. That's all I'm saying.
What if it's Shane? He was gonna get his final WrestleMania moment when we were there. He blew his stupid quad. You know what I mean?
I heard he didn't even get comp tickets to the last time he was on. They didn't even show him on TV. He was there, and it was on his story that he was there at the Raw. Didn't show him on camera.
If they're not showing Shane when he's at Raw, I don't think they're gonna bring Vince to WrestleMania.
Look, I don't know, man. I'm just telling you.
That's
soft
just,
launch.
It's just such a risk. Like if they don't if it doesn't get out,
right,
and then it just happens, no chance. And I hope it happens. I'm telling you this right now.
Yeah.
The reason I hope it happens is I'm so curious what response he's gonna get.
He's gonna get cheered. He will get cheered.
He's gonna get a big pop.
They don't care.
He's gonna get a big pop. I might pop for Vince. It's fucking and feel really sore about it afterwards, and probably write letters and apologize.
They cheer for Lesnar, and Lesnar is proven to not be such a great guy in a lot of his court documents.
But Vince did a lot worse things. What Lesnar did is bad. I'm not minimizing that. This isn't a Louis situation. It's like what Lesnar did is bad for sure, but Vince had a sex slave. You know, that he might have pooped on her head. You know what I mean? So,
but I'm just saying. I think before Vince dies, they're
He's
going
gonna
to
be on
try to
TV
get him
again?
back on TV. Maybe they'll be unsuccessful. Maybe Mark Shapiro is like, that's not the sort of vertical integration we're looking for. But I think they try.
I
Like,
mean, they are. I mean, TKO owns the UFC, and they trot out Donald Trump every chance they get. So,
yeah,
and
they're going to put Conor McGregor back in the cage.
yeah, he's found Jesus, by the way.
Oh, good. Where did he find him?
Baltimore.
Ah,
Yeah, odd place for the Christ. But
all
yeah,
right.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Very interesting though. I'm glad that
yeah.
you put that in my head.
I'm just not that I approve of it. I'm just soft launching it. I think
We're
that's
only
the
like
thing.
4 months from WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Okay. Can't wait.
Since it was John Cena's last PLE, I thought we should celebrate. I wanted to do some John Cena trivia that I have crafted. That I'm gonna give to you, Andrew. Hopefully, It is multiple choice. I'm not insane. You're not gonna know these off the top of your head. Part of this game is gonna be. That's true.
You know what I mean?
Part of this game is gonna be. Did I mix up the answers enough to where you're not gonna just be able to guess?
Oh yeah. So everybody, if you listen, if there's anybody left who listened to our like old wrestling podcast a few years ago. I caught on eventually that Dusty, I think it was like the second answer was always the answer.
Yeah.
On all of it.
And I was completely oblivious to the fact that was happening. Yeah. So
it's one of our best bits.
I have 10 John Cena trivia questions for you.
Okay.
Number 1, how many pay-per-view / PLE matches has John Cena had?
Okay.
Is it 172, 178, 190?
See, listen, this is a literal shot. You got to give wider answers, because if you're like 172, 173, or 174, I'm like, well, God damn it. I will tell you, I know that he has won 100 PLE matches.
Okay.
That doesn't really help me too much. I feel like that eliminates 190.
Okay.
Because I think a guy as high as him would not lose almost half the time. I'm going to go with 178, Dusty.
178 is correct.
Hell yeah, dude.
Hell yeah. All right, so my second question was, how many PLE wins does John Cena have? I had 102, 100, or 120.
See, I would not have known, but they said it during the show. It is 100 on the dot, smackaroo.
Well, here's the problem.
You've got it at 102.
I got him at 102.
Well, the television told me 100.
Well,
you're probably correct, and they were probably trying to. But I'm taking
dot,
W on that.
All right. You can have that personal W. You're 1 for 2 on my official.
It's debatable. It's debatable.
Okay. John Cena's main pay-per-view opponent in his
he wrestled
career,
like the most?
Yes, is Randy Orton.
Okay.
How many one-on-one pay-per-view matches have John Cena and Randy Orton had?
Okay.
Is it 8, 18, or 24?
I feel like I'm going in the middle again. I feel like I'm going 18. Clowns to the left of me, jokers to the right.
It is in fact incredibly 24 singles matches.
That's so many.
And you don't want to see Brock versus Cody for the third time.
That's like 1 out of 8 of his matches on PLEs have been against Randy Orton.
Yeah, and that's not even counting the multi-man matches. The number's like 36 if you count multi-man matches. Just straight up.
Oh, that's true. Because if you take away the PLE multi-man matches, then more than 1 out of 8 of his singles matches have been against Randy Orton. That's wild.
All right. As we know, John Cena, rapper, actor, wrestler.
He's good at which one?
1.5 of those things.
Yeah, that's 0.75 for 2 of them.
Yeah. He released a rap album that went platinum in its day. Yeah, 1.3
man.
million copies.
All right.
The name of that album, is it You Can't See Me, The Time Is Now, Hustle, Loyalty, Respect?
I feel like I gotta go with. I know he has the song "The Time Is Now." You Can't See Me is his big thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if the song "The Time Is Now" is new. What year? Do you know what year this album came out?
I believe it is 2006.
I'm calling it "The Time Is Now."
That is the name of the single.
Fuck, it's "You Can't See Me."
The album is called You Can't See Me.
Damn, that sucks.
Yeah. Where he rapped with his cousin, Trademark, with a C.
That's not too bad of a rapper. By the way, the
not
Vision is a bad stable name.
Oh yeah, it's tough.
It's such a modern wrestling stable name, and it drives me nuts.
Well, it also sounds like the bad guy team for like a season of Buffy. Buffy has to take on the Vision, which
or
is
it's either that or it's an expansion WNBA team.
Yeah.
the Nashville Vision.
Yeah. Number 5. John Cena did not wrestle at WrestleMania 19. He did have a rap battle on Sunday Night Heat where he brought out 2 cardboard cutouts to rap against.
What year is this?
This is in 2003.
Okay.
Were the 2 cutouts Ja Rule and Fat Joe?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Eminem and Ludacris, Fabulous and Jay-Z.
God damn. I've picked B every time so far, and it wasn't on purpose. Except for, I don't know if I would have picked B on the 100 thing, but I can't remember if that was B. Ja Rule and who?
Fat Joe.
Eminem and Ludacris.
Yep.
Fabulous and Jay-Z.
Yes.
I feel like it's got to be Eminem and Ludacris, but I don't know if John Cena wants the friendly fire with Eminem.
Sure.
But you know what? I'm gonna go C. I'm gonna go Fabulous and Jay-Z, and they were in New York.
It was in fact Fabulous and Jay-Z. They were in Seattle.
Oh fuck! Famously, Jay-Z stomping grounds.
That's what he wrote. Run This Town about Seattle.
Is Fabulous from New York, or am I wrong? He is. From New York. That's why I was guessing. Yeah.
He was apparently supposed to battle rap Fabulous for real, and then Fabulous got like gun charges or something, couldn't be at the show. So
it's hard to book rappers, man.
It's hard to book a rapper. And he didn't come out in a wheelchair and then rap anyway like Snoop at the MTV Movie Awards that year. Number 6, John Cena won his first WWE title at WrestleMania 21. Who did he beat to win that title? Was it Randy Orton, Triple H, or JBL?
2001?
WrestleMania 21, which would have been 2005.
JBL.
You are correct. It was JBL.
Is that after JBL took it from Eddie?
Yep. JBL was the champ for like almost a whole year.
Okay.
He was a champ for like 10 months. Because remember, Paul Heyman hit him with that sick burn. The only reason you were champ for a year is because Triple H didn't want to work Tuesdays.
Oh yeah.
And then he hung the mic out of the ring for all the people. So
that promo gets like kind of worse every time I watch it. Just because of the histrionics. Just get you want to shoot? Let's shoot. And the whole crowd like, I fucking love you, Heyman.
It was the exact place to do it. He was going to do it, you know.
He brought the house down. He truly did.
John Cena has played a character in all of these franchises but one. What franchise has John Cena not appeared in? The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle franchise, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the DC Cinematic Universe, Transformers, or the Fast franchise.
Oh, goddamn. I'm getting ABCDE.
Yeah.
I literally have no idea. He's built like a Ninja Turtle, so I'm getting those out of there. I know he's played a superhero, but the superhero guy that he plays, I feel like might be in a different thing. What's that superhero called?
Peacemaker.
Peacemaker. Yeah, but it's got to be in one of them. Everything's in one of them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to guess that's DC.
Okay.
Shout out to Rob Dyrdek.
Yep.
I don't think he's been in a Fast movie, Dusty.
All right. He is Dominic Toretto's brother, Jacob Toretto, in the Fast and Furious franchise, because him and Vin Diesel have a familial look. They could pass for half brothers.
Yeah, I guess. You know,
he has not appeared
in Tyrese's brother.
He has not appeared in the MCU. No Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Is Peacemaker DC?
He is DC. Yes.
I should have went with Marvel because I'm sure somebody's been in both, but it's probably rare to be in both. So
it is rare to be in both.
I probably should have went with Marvel.
John Cena was the top WWF draw for many, many years, nearly 2 decades. How many WrestleManias has John Cena wrestled at? 14, 16, or 12?
16.
He has been a participant in 16 WrestleManias.
That's
you are correct.
Awesome. That
is
sick.
A lot of WrestleManias.
Yeah.
And
he's probably like most of those, he was like not main event, but like had something consequential, you know?
Yeah, you are clairvoyant because the next question is, how many WrestleManias has John Cena main evented?
Okay.
6, 4, or 9?
6.
He has main evented 6 WrestleManias.
Yeah, I know that off the top of my head. Against Randy Orton twice. Against I'm sure he did him versus Fabulous in a TLC match.
Yep.
I'm trying to think. Who else?
So
how many times did he Randy Orton it?
And 0. No WrestleMania main events. No, he never wrestled Randy Orton at WrestleMania.
Oh shit! Yeah, because those were just PLEs.
24 other PLEs.
Yeah.
At WrestleMania 22, he beat Triple H for the WWF title. At 23, he beat Shawn Michaels for the WWE title. 27, he lost to The Miz for the WWE title. 28, took that L from Dwayne Johnson. At WrestleMania 29, he beat The Rock for the WWF title. And at WrestleMania 41, famously, he turned heel and defeated was a heel and beat Cody Rhodes for the WWF title.
Were either of the Rock matches good?
They're okay. The Rock gets hurt in one of them. He tears his hamstring, which hampers The Rock because he's too giant.
He's got big old hamstrings too. That's quite a hamstring. Was the John Cena The Rock thing? Was the WrestleMania lead up when The Rock had his notes on his hand and John Cena called him out for it?
Yeah, that was the first year.
Oh, that broke my heart.
Where they're like, we're only doing this one time, and then the next year they were like, JK, we're bringing it back. But it's for the belt this time. So, all right, last question. John Cena got the worst worked match of the year award from the Wrestling Observer in 2014. Who was his opponent? Was it Rusev, Ryback, or Bray Wyatt?
Bray Wyatt.
What match is it, Andrew?
Either, because there was there. No, it's not
you know which one it is.
Well, the House of Horrors was
that's Randy Orton. Yeah. Think about your least favorite.
The Hell in a Cell.
It was a steel cage match, but
it was a steel cage. Okay. Yeah. John Cena's scared of a little singing boy. Yeah, that's cool.
Yep. As soon as I saw that, I was like, "That's got to be the last question." That's Andrew's go-to for the thing. How much I hate no top on the War Games cage and somebody yeeting during the War Games. That's how much Andrew hates John Cena's incredible his paralyzing fear of a child singing "He's got the whole world in his hands."
Literally, I know. Listen, I get it, man.
He's freaky deaky, dude.
You're the Make-A-Wish guy, right?
Yeah.
Kick that kid in his mouth. He's in the ring. He's if a Mark gets into the ring, you ask Razor Ramon what he would have done.
Eddie Guerrero wouldn't have been worried about it.
By the way, I saw a video of Scott Hall running into Virgil at a convention the other day.
Mm-hmm.
And he was being the biggest asshole to Virgil. Like he walks up and he's like, "There's a camera." And he's like, "Come here, get this, show all this stuff on the table." And it's all a bunch of pictures. He's like, "It's just a bunch of pictures of other cool people with Virgil. Like, there's not a single picture of just Virgil because nobody wants a picture of just Virgil." And he's like, "There's nothing on here that's just you." And somebody's like, "The action figure." And he's like, "Oh yeah, you got the action figure right here, but it should be like this." And he lays it on his back because that's how most of us saw Virgil. And Virgil's just sitting there like pissed off, dude. It was hilarious.
That's one of Hall's big things, dude. Or he used to go up to guys and he'd be like, the first night he was back in WWE, he went up to the Dudleys and he's like, "Oh shit, Dudleys." He's like, "You guys do that awesome 3D move." And they're like, "Yeah." And he goes, "Man, I can't wait to kick out of that." And then they asked him about,
great line.
And then they asked him about it later, or he was talking about it in a shoot interview, and he's like, "I don't know, man. I just do it to wind people up because everybody's so serious. So I want to see if you're cool or not. Give that shit back to me, and then it's cool." But he's like, they got so mad that I was, "Oh, okay. So now I can wind this guy up for my own enjoyment or whatever."
I can't wait to kick out of that. It's hilarious. I don't like the guys that are like, "I only say it because it makes you mad," but I'll give Scott Hall a pass. Scott Hall's the coolest man who ever lived.
He gets the one pass, yeah.
All
right.
Killed the guy.
Well, that guy was trying to kill him.
Yeah, but
so it wasn't like in a wartime situation. So, they were just outside a bar. But I still give him a pass on that one. So let's see. You got, out of the 10, you got 1, 2, 3. You came on strong at the end. 4, 5. You got 6 out of 10. That's not too bad. 7 if you count your PLE.
See, I'll give. Can I take 6.5?
I'll give you 6.5.
I would have only had a 33% chance to get it right in the first place, but like they 100% said on the show because they had a graphic for it. It said he has won 100 PLE matches.
Well, he very. I mean, this is from AI overview, so they might be right.
Oh, AI's wrong. Let's see what ChatGPT has.
They gave me 102. It'd be like he won 178 of 178 matches. If it says 100, I'll give you the full 7.
I deserve the full 7 either way, but we'll see what this says. Well, and once again, AI is just always wrong. So I'm asking, freaking, it says about 100. Hell yeah, dude.
Round pert near 100 is what the robot said.
The word "about" is so weird there. Like, we have records.
Yeah, the fact that it's guessing is a problem because that's like
They're like, "Listen, man, it's a whole acre of the Amazon for you to get this exact answer.
Dialed
Can I just say
exactly.
about 100?
Yeah. We're saving 6 piranhas and 1 barracuda if you don't make me do a deeper dive into this.
Yeah.
Oh, he won at Taboo Tuesday. You happy now? That's 101.
Koala just lost his tree, you son of a bitch.
All right. With that, I think we could call it a night. Thank you, everybody who listens. We appreciate you. Leave us a comment. Let us know if you liked Survivor Series. Maybe I'm just old and cranky, and it was a great show for you.
Yeah, I'd like to hear that.
Should Andrew have gotten full credit for his PLE guess for John Cena? Also, let me know. We'll let the people decide. Andrew dropped the stuff at the top. Come see me on Blue Sky. I'm trying to post more things just in general about wrestling. Let me know what you think. We appreciate you so much. And even though you won't be able to see John Cena anymore, guess who you will see? Wrestling Over Everything.
Look at you.
You can see me.